Here's a question I get asked a lot. Which self-defense weapons are legal? Well, the short answer is all of them and none of them. Let me explain. The law on self-defense is deliberately extremely vague, and it has to be, because every single situation is completely different and must be judged on its own merits. So, for example, just punching somebody in the face may be deemed too much and goes from self-defense to assault in one instance, and chopping somebody's head to pieces with a samurai sword could be considered legal self-defense, no charges to be brought in another instance. Obviously, two huge extremes. So it always depends on the situation as to whether the weapon is legal or not. Now, you've then got the added part of, is the weapon legal in your country? So, for example, of course, in the UK, carrying a gun, it's not legal. Right? In other countries, of course, carrying a gun is legal. So you've got those other things to take into account. So I'm not sure whether people are asking whether they're using a weapon, is that legal? Well, of course it is, depending on the situation. So, and it also depends on how the situation is explained, and which is a whole other issue entirely. You know, how you do your witness report and witness statements and things like that. They're completely, an absolute minefield that you have to be very careful and make sure you get absolutely correct. So our advice on all of that is that you never lie, but don't actually say anything. Wait until you've spoken to a solicitor and you've gone through it all with your solicitor, lawyer, whatever, before you say anything to the police whatsoever, because you're more likely to get prosecuted for what you've said than what you've done. And I don't mean that in a cheat the system kind of way, but you could have been totally legitimate in your actions, but the way you've explained it can make it look like you're the bad guy when you weren't. So we always recommend you say nothing until you've spoken to a solicitor, lawyer, and you've told them exactly what's happened, and then between you work out the correct way to present the information. Because don't forget, if there's been a really bad situation, then you're under stress, you're still got all that adrenaline flowing through you, you're still not able to make a clear decision as to what you should and shouldn't be saying. So the best thing to do is say nothing. Okay, so in short, all weapons are legal and all are illegal. It depends entirely on the situation. Thanks.